Hello and welcome to No Particular Order, Mana Biscuit's weekly top 5 list show where we list our top 5 whatevers in no particular order. This week, we're looking ahead to the most exciting things of 2016. Okay, as always, we're going to get right into our list. These are our top 5 most exciting things that we're looking forward to in the coming year, 2016. Still fresh, still got that New Year smell to it, or maybe that's just like all the horrible snow outside. I don't know. I'm banging my stuff around, but we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Let's see. How about, I don't know. I hardly ever go first. I'll go ahead and go first. Why
Yeah.
not? Okay. All right. First up for me, the game series that is number one in my life, Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm really excited to see if they can engage me on the same level because the reason I love Mass Effect so much was the story. The character of Shepard, granted, was a big part of that story, but it was the story itself, the overarching story and the mythology they created for their universe that really drew me in. So if Andromeda can continue with that, then it could be really good. Hopefully it's doesn't suck, but I'm still looking forward to it. All right. X-Men Apocalypse. My boy, my boy Poe is now going to be Apocalypse. And I don't know. There's some interesting casting choices that they've made. By interesting, some people would probably say ridiculous, but I'm ready to roll with it. I mean, my first impression of X-Men First Class from the trailers was that these casting choices were ridiculous, but they've turned out really well as they've continued the X-Men series past that point. Next up on my list is none other than Daredevil Season 2, because Daredevil is the greatest thing that ever thinged. And I think that's all I really have to say on that. But seriously, what I'm really looking forward to is The Punisher, and the way that they're going to play the idea of the Punisher against the idea of the Daredevil, and where morality comes in to play a role in raw vigilantism. So, all right. Next up would be Final Fantasy 15. Going back to episode number 1 of the esteemed Mana Biscuit, that is what we were talking about. It is still coming out this year. The demo was fun. It's going to be a drastic departure from everything Final Fantasy, but it's as long as it has that little trill at the beginning, and when I click new game, it goes bing, and then I'll be like, I'm home. I'm playing Final Fantasy again. All right, and then last on my list, I say this somewhat dubiously, but that would be Star Trek Beyond. I'm looking forward to it in some sense that I'm really curious about whether or not Daniel Lin and Simon Pegg are just talking out of their ass when they say don't be scared off by the trailer. It's a horrible trailer. But the great George Takei eagerly shares his opinion of the trailer as he watches it for the first time here, and that's my list. So let's move on. I think we'll put Jay up next. Let's go
Oh,
right in
me?
order.
Oh, okay. So I ran through, just some of the highlights, and man, there's so much that I'm looking forward to. But my top five, the World of Warcraft Legion. I'm looking forward to a new class. I'm looking forward to the game just hopefully coming back to where it was during Wrath or during Vanilla. They won't happen, but I can hope. Next up on my list, Star Wars Rogue One. Cannot wait. The what the taste that we got with The Force Awakens is just, yeah. It's left me wanting more. Next up on my list, Chronicles of Shannara. I know that it's already out. It did the first 2 episodes have aired
Four.
now. 4 episodes have aired now,
Well,
and
they got put up
tons
on the internet.
yeah, they got put up. Have aired now, and they having talked to Terry Brooks during Gen Con 2015 and heard his opinion and got to see the trailer on a large screen. It looks amazing, and I look forward to what they're actually going to do with that. Next up on my list, Star Fox Zero. Everybody's giving me crap for it, but we haven't had a Star Fox game since what? Super Nintendo?
No,
That's okay.
GameCube.
GameCube?
There was
GameCube
a
had
Star Fox. There was a Star Fox game on GameCube. It was actually pretty good.
Right.
But yeah, it's been a few generations, and generations
we're
are longer
still
now.
talking what, almost 10 years ago? At
Yeah,
this point?
actually, it would have been over 10 years ago. I played that in 2002.
So looking forward to the advancements of the Wii and the Wii U and what Star Fox is going to be able to do with that. How many is that? That is
I don't know. It's your list. You need to keep track, man.
For number 5 on my list is Deadpool. I know that this is February 12th. That was me at my second viewing of Star Wars. I got the chance to sit on Deadpool's lap. So exciting. Yeah, I love the character. I've loved the character since his 4-issue miniseries back in 92, 93-ish.
All right. And I mean, Ryan Reynolds is the guy to play Deadpool, and so
Yeah.
they've got that nailed, and it should be a really good film. I'm looking forward to it as well. All right. Let's go ahead and finish it off with TJ.
Okay. First on my list is Dark Souls 3. I'm super psyched. It's supposed to be the last of the Dark Souls games, and they're going to move on to a different, a different type of inspiration away from the medieval fantasy sort of thing. I'm really interested to see how they tie up the themes, and of course, I just love the games and how fascinating their world building is, and I appreciate the extensive difficulty that they put out. Next on my list is Captain America Civil War, because Captain America is my boy. I love Cap. And I'm just really excited to see it. I wonder how they're going to pull it off. I have my doubts about certain things. But regardless of how it turns out in terms of relation to the comic, I'm sure it'll be awesome. They have yet to do anything wrong. Next on my list is apparently there's going to be a new Nine Inch Nails album released at some point in 2016. Trent Reznor announced it last month, and I love Nine Inch Nails, and almost more so than getting my hands on a new album, I'm psyched to have another opportunity to hopefully get tickets to see him live, because man, he puts on a good show. Next up on my list is kind of maybe a long shot, but please God, please, Patrick Rothfuss, put out The Doors of Stone. Just finish the King Killer Chronicles for me. And then
I missed that cue.
Next on my
I
list,
thought that was your last one. My bad.
Nope. And then next on my list with this cue is I want my stupid Exalted book. I've joked about this before. And my friends have heard it in every conceivable way I could joke about how awesome it's going to be when I never receive that book. Well, I'm tired of it. I just want it. I want it so bad. And that's my list.
All right. Yep. Patrick Rothfuss, though, he could also do dinosaurs and spaceships.
He really could.
Yeah, he could. All right. That's my excuse.
It wasn't a dinosaur spaceship. That was a dinosaur in an F-14.
It was a dinosaur in an F-14.
Well, that's how closely I was paying attention to that. That's yeah, okay.
It shows just how much you care.
F-14. It even says Tyrannosaurus in F-14 there. So, okay. Well, I am duly chastised. Let's go ahead and move right along to honorable mentions. I know, Jay, you pretty much had those on lock.
Yeah.
And there's so many that could have...
grow a pair and pick two.
Yeah, okay. Warcraft, the movie.
The film, yes, okay.
It's so excited for this. I really am, and it should have made my list, but just there's too much. And lastly is yet another Blizzard product. That's a total of 3 on my list. And that's Overwatch.
Well, it is the Blizzard podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It is when we let Jay talk.
Yeah, every time. I'm straight up fanboy. Can't help it. But yeah, Overwatch, I'm excited. You guys don't do the FPS thing, but this is a Team Fortress style FPS that just I'm looking forward to it.
man, don't lecture me. Just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't know.
Maybe he's talking to viewers out there that don't know. Hey, you guys, we joke all the time, but I took a look at some analytics today, and there was apparently one dude in Egypt that watched an entire episode of one of this thing from start to finish. We have one view from Egypt, and the view duration was like 98%. So some dude in Egypt.
International.
Yeah, all right. So hi,
Well,
Egypt fans.
Ham on the
Egyptian
core
fans.
episode, it was it hit all over what?
Well, yeah, people watched it for
Eastern
30
Europe,
seconds.
or was it South America?
It hit all over the world because it was okay, this is way too much to talk about on the show. Anyway,
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe that guy in Egypt needed to know what Overwatch was. Probably not. But
No.
maybe. All right, let's do our top 5 of the top 5 and get Oh, I'm going to have to bleep that out.
Oh.
All right, making more work for myself. Here we go. All right, top 5 of the top 5. Exalted. Star Fox.
Yeah, actually,
Just
I'll get
kidding.
behind
Just kidding. Yeah, I want to see that
Daredevil.
Exalted book.
Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil easily. I don't know, Jay, what you got?
Honestly, X-Men Apocalypse.
X-Men
Yeah.
Apocalypse, all right. Let's see, what else?
Civil War.
Civil War and Patrick Rothfuss. Just because maybe if we put him on the top 5 of the top 5, he'll do it.
This is the thing that's finally gonna tip him
This
over.
will do it. Yes, this will do it. All right, that's our top 5 of the top 5. One unnecessary swear word from me, and a bunch of other lists. We're gonna get out of here. Join us next week when our top 5 list will be something strange, I'm sure. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week with more No Particular Order. Bye bye.